Right, so we're diving deep into Sebastian today. This one premiered at Sundance, and people are already buzzing about it.
Yeah, it's uh it's generating some serious conversation for sure.
So it's about like this aspiring writer in
Yeah.
London trying to break into the scene,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also got this like whole other side gig going on.
Exactly. He's leading this kind of secret life as a sex worker to, keep himself afloat.
And of course, that leads to, a whole mess of complications and consequences.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're talking about identity, ambition,
Yeah.
what you're willing to sacrifice for your dreams.
Right. And Sebastian really dives into all of that. It's not just another struggling artist story.
Definitely not. I mean, this film takes those familiar themes and kind of turns them on their head. You really see how this double life forces Max, the writer, to confront all these different parts of himself.
So he doesn't necessarily lose himself in all of that.
Well, that's the question the film asks, right? Does he lose himself or does he find some new understanding of who he really is through all this?
Right. Okay, so tell me more about how the movie actually tackles all of this.
Okay, so first of all, it's not just a London story, which I thought was interesting. This is an international co-production. They filmed in London, Glasgow, even Brussels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then post-production brought in people from London, Antwerp, Helsinki. It's wild.
So there's like a global feel to the whole thing.
Totally. And I think that blend of perspectives really adds to the story. It gives it this depth, making it feel both grounded and kind of universal.
I'm really curious to see how those different locations play into the story.
Yeah, me too. Now, obviously, at the heart of it all, you have Max.
The writer.
Yeah. And Ruaridh Mollica, the actor who plays him, does a phenomenal job, honestly.
I've heard good things.
Oh, he brings such vulnerability to the role. You really feel Max's struggles, his doubts, his strengths, weaknesses, everything.
It sounds like a powerful performance.
It is. And it's not just about Max either. There are all these other characters around him who add to the whole thing.
Oh, right, like the supporting cast. Who are some of the standouts?
So you have Hiftu Kwasem as Amna and Ingvar Sigurdsson as Daniel. They both bring such unique dynamics to the story.
What about this mentor figure I keep hearing about?
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Hyde plays Nicholas, and he adds a whole other layer of complexity to Max's story.
Oh, interesting. So like pushing him in different directions.
Yeah, kinda. But what I like is that director, Mikko Mäkelä, he really avoids all those cliches you might expect with these relationships.
So it feels very natural.
Supernatural, it feels very human, very genuine, nothing forced.
That's really good to hear. I appreciate when a film can tackle a sensitive topic without sensationalizing it.
For sure. Mikko Mäkelä's focus is really on creating this authentic, moving portrait of this young man. He's grappling with all of life's big questions. And
Yeah.
visually, the film is stunning.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well, the cinematography is fantastic. It captures this rawness of city life, but also its beauty. And you get these seamless transitions between these quiet, introspective moments and then these really intense, charged encounters.
So it mirrors what's going on internally with Max.
Exactly. The contrast just makes his journey even more, I don't know, palpable. You really feel it.
I love that. It sounds like they put a lot of thought into how they shot it. So what about the reception so far? What are people saying about Sebastian?
Well, early reviews out of Sundance are super positive. Both critics and viewers are praising its emotional depth and how engaging the story is.
That's awesome. I'm always down for a good character-driven drama.
Yeah. And it's great news that Level K has secured the international rights, and Kino Lorber will be distributing it in North America.
That's great. So more people will be able to see it.
For sure.
I am super curious now to see how Max navigates this whole world he's created for himself.
Yeah. Right. It really makes you think, does he ultimately find his voice through all of this? Or do the sacrifices he makes just chip away at who he really is?
Oh, that's a good question. A lot to think about there.
Absolutely.
Well, for anyone listening who wants to dive even deeper, be sure to check out MovieKaTicket.
Oh, yeah. Their app and website are great resources for reviews and ratings.
So yeah, if you want more in-depth analysis, that's the place to go. Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into Sebastian for today.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot.
I hope this sparked some curiosity for you all. This film definitely sounds like one worth checking out. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.